Once there was, a long time ago, a little boy named Telesik. Telesik lived in a very small village which was on the edge of a huge lake. Telesik loved the lake. When he was a baby, he would toddle around the shore and play in the reeds. When he was a little bit older, he learned how to swim, and on hot days, he swung on a rope and landed splash in the lake. And when he was a little bit older, he learned how to fish. Oh, he loved fishing. As soon as he learned how to fish, he was begging his parents, please, please buy me my very own fishing boat. Well, he begged them, and finally, on the morning of his 10th birthday, he woke up, and what do you think he saw? His very own fishing boat. Oh, it was beautiful. It was made out of gold, and it was just the right size for Telesik and a basket to put his fish in. And the best part, it had a little shiny silver oar, which was the perfect size for Telesik to row. Oh, he wanted to try it out right away, so he scarfed out his breakfast and he started to pull it down to the lake, and his mother said, stop. Telesik, you've grown up at the lake, and I know you will be very safe in the water, but I have one rule. When you hear me calling you from the shore, you are to row in and meet me right away. But if you hear anyone else calling you from the shore, row away as fast as you can. Okay, Mom, said Telesik. I agree to that rule. I'll do that. See you later. And he pulled his boat down to the lake, hopped in, and he rowed out to the middle of the lake and started fishing. He put in his line, waited, got one, put it in the basket. Put in his line, waited, got one, put it in the basket. It was that easy. Pretty soon, his basket was almost full of fish, and he heard his mother's beautiful voice from the shore. Telesik, Telesik, come to your mama. Oh, my mom's calling me. I better go to shore like she said. And he sang a little song as he rowed. Row, golden boat, row, silver oar, carry little Telesik back to the shore. Look at all the fish I got, Mom. Oh, Telesik, good for you. And I have a special lunch for you. So he gave her the fish, she gave him the lunch, and he said, I'm going to row back out and eat my lunch in the middle of the lake. And that's what he did. Row, golden boat, row, silver oar, carry little Telesik away from the shore. And he ate his lunch in the middle of the lake. It was such a glorious day that the next day he decided to do the same thing again. So he went out, he fished all morning, but that day someone else was at the lake. The mean old dragon lady who lived in a cave way outside the village was taking a little stroll around the lake when she saw Telesik in the boat, and she saw Telesik's mother on the shore. She hid in the reeds and waited to see what would happen. Well, Telesik's mother was calling him in for lunch. Telesik, Telesik, come to your mama. She saw Telesik go and meet her. Ah, she said, that little boy looks tasty. I would like to have him for my supper. And so she waited until his mother went away, and he was in the middle of the lake eating his lunch, and she said, I will call him. Telesik, Telesik, come to your mother. That is not my mother, he said. I am not going to follow that call. And he rowed as fast as he could in the other direction. Something is wrong with my voice, said the mean old dragon lady. And so she went home to practice so she could call him better. She went home and she was practicing. Too scratchy. Still too scratchy. Telesik. Better. But it needs to be higher. Telesik. Almost there. Needs to be sweeter. Telesik, Telesik. Perfect. So after she had practiced all day, the next day she went to try it out. She went right before lunch, so Telesik's mother was not around. She hid herself in the reeds and said, Telesik, Telesik, come to your mama. Telesik was out in his boat, and it sounded exactly like his mom, so he said, oh, My mom must be here. She's a little early, but okay. And he rowed over towards the sound of her voice. Row, golden boat, row, silver oar, carry little Telesik back to the shore. But he didn't see her anywhere. He heard her voice from the reeds. Telesik, Telesik, come a little closer. So he got a little bit closer to the reeds. He still didn't see her, but then he saw a great, big, gray, scaly hand with long, sharp fingernails, and it grabbed him, and it put him in a sack, and it threw it over the mean old dragon lady's back, and soon enough, she was off. She was going to eat that little boy for her supper. She walked over the fields towards her cave, but then she didn't realize how heavy Telesik would be, and she got pretty tired. So she sat underneath a big, tall sycamore tree, and soon enough, she was asleep. Telesik heard her snores, and he wriggled out of the bag, and he climbed up to the very top of the tree to a branch that just barely supported his weight, the topmost branch of the tree. What am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this? Oh, no! And just then, the mean old dragon lady woke up. Where did he go? She started sniffing around. I will find him. She sniffed up the tree and she saw him in the top of the tree. And she said, you're a clever little one. You know I cannot climb that high. But I have razor sharp teeth and I can gnaw this tree down. And she started to gnaw the tree down. Telesik said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And just then he saw above his head a flock of geese. And he called to them, hurry geese, hurry quick, rescue little Telesik. And they said, honk, honk, sorry, we're too busy, ask the next flock, honk, honk, and they flew away. Oh, he looked down, and she was still gnawing, and she was about halfway through the trunk of the tree. He saw another flock of geese overhead, and he said, hurry geese, hurry quick, rescue little Telesik. And they too said, honk, honk, sorry, we are much too busy, honk, 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 and they flew away. Oh, now he looked down, and she was almost all the way through the trunk of the tree, and it was starting to wobble back and forth. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then he saw one lone little goose up in the sky. And he said, hurry goose, hurry quick, rescue little Telesik. And she said, I can't help you. My family left me behind and I have to catch up with them. Please, you're my last chance. So she swooped down, Telesik hopped on her back, and she flew him home to safety. When he got home, his mother was so relieved. Oh, Telesik, when I saw your empty boat, I was so worried, but oh, you brought us a nice fat goose for dinner. Telesik said, no, Mother, this goose saved my life. You cannot eat it. So all winter, the family kept the goose warm and fed the goose and read it its favorite stories. And then when the spring came, the goose met up with its family when they came back. And that mean old dragon lady, she never bothered Telesik again. I heard she ruined her teeth gnawing on that old sycamore.
Yay!